I don't want anything in my butt, period.
Okay.
All right.
Don't knock it till you try it, my friend.
That's right. I do love the headline here. Inmate caught with massive load inside his rectum.
Hot.
Tuning in.
Be sure to tell me when that is. I don't want to miss it.
Speaking of mature, so the story is about this 43-year-old dude. This is in Georgia, caught with multiple items in his butt. Wow. It's quite the list.
Why do they put them in their butt? There's
It's
so many
God's-
How else
others.
are you
It's
gonna get
God's
in there?
pocket.
God's pocket. He had 2 vape canisters, 4 syringes, 1 vape cartridge, 3 batteries, 1 cigarette lighter. This is all in his ass. 0.64 grams of weed. It's all in his fart box.
Wow.
And so now he's looking at a number of new charges, of course, that will add more time on his sentence. He was initially locked up for theft, possession of meth, and violating parole.
Wow.
Do you have a picture of this guy? Like,
We can
He has to be
find
bad.
Why
out.
do you want to
Right?
see his picture?
no, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, how does that even work?
Yeah, I wanna
Is
see a
this
picture of the-
is
the
this
end.
a
Like the
larger
X-ray
gentleman?
or-
Yeah.
No, it's just like
I don't know.
a skinny guy can't be doing
All right,
that.
It
so-
could, but you would think, like, look who wins all the eating competitions. It's always like
Yeah,
the
the
Black Widow
normal
chick
size.
that's skinny.
Right. Yeah.
What's his name? Joey Chestnut. He's not huge.
Yeah, it's
Kobayashi.
Fat guys talk the most game about.
And even if you're
That's
fat, it doesn't mean that cavern is
Yeah, it
You
doesn't
have a
mean
bigger,
giant colon.
right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean you have a warehouse for a butthole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right.
like the fat guys, they can put like, I don't know, machetes in between their fat rolls and stuff.
Oh, the
like
fat
that.
rolls. We're talking about up the
Beehole.
butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right, and the
you know
cheeks.
what I have? We can do this if you're interested. We can do this after the break. Every year there's those reports from emergency rooms and everything else. We did one about what things dudes have put down their pee hole last year.
That was horrible.
What is
I have one
I know,
about
right?
things that people got stuck in their rectums in 2024.
Stock. Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
tripped and fell
It's
on
from it's the data. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. They put this report out every year. So, do you guys want to hear about that?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
absolutely.
Let's take the break first.
I want to go on record as say 2 things. Number 1, I don't like watching the July 4th hot dog eating contest. It makes me nauseous.
Yeah.
2, I don't ever want anything in my butt. Let's be clear.
Okay.
Now, what about a suppository?
Noted.
Like if you had like a hemorrhoid.
Nothing.
I did that once and it was very awkward.
Colonoscopy.
He's on record.
It was a tough push.
I did a colonoscopy.
Your body fights it.
They put me out. It came out good. I didn't know anything was in there. That was fine.
right.
Again, I don't want anything in my butt, period.
Okay.
All right.
Don't knock it till you try it, my
Yeah,
friend.
that's right. Yeah, you think some.
Yeah, you say that
You think
now.
a nice, but you've taken like a nice, like a satisfying dump, like a big healthy dump, right?
Oh,
You're like,
now-
ooh, you feel good.
yeah, that's going out.
So trust me, Mark, you think it feels good going out. Wait till you
Yeah.
try it going in.
It's just not happening,
Oh,
people.
hell yeah. Mark Thompson is here, formerly of Mark and Brian in the morning. Years and years, 2+ decades, almost 3 decades on KLOS. Good friend of the show. I mean, just between myself and Gina and
Oh, yeah.
Sammy.
Yep.
Like those two worked with Mark at one point. I just became friends with Mark, and I'm just happy to have him here. He's definitely become a great resource and mentor for me. And as you can hear by listening this morning, just a really fun person to be around. So we're happy to have you here.
Thank you, Woody. I
You're
love
welcome.
being here. Thank you for inviting me.
Turns out that world-famous author Stephen King wants the Oscars to be canceled this year because of all the wildfires. He even said he's not voting in the Oscars this
Oh.
year. I didn't know he was a voting member
either.
of the Academy. His quote on X was, "They should cancel them. No glitz with the Los Angeles being on fire."
I disagree with that.
Yeah, well, the Academy has no intention of canceling.
Well, Gene Smart said that too. Everybody's talking
Yeah.
But I'm saying there's something about, life goes on, and you could still do all these things to help people, the fire victims and things like that, while life still goes on.
Yeah, no
It
one's gonna
can't-
forget about you guys.
Right.
Right.
It can't just be like this never-ending solemn funeral type tone. Like like eventually, it's roll your sleeves up. Let's get to work, and life will
Start
go on
rebuilding.
Right.
while we're still. We could do 2 things at once.
You know, I got to say this, and I'll own it. The Academy, as far as their PR, they have a dark spot for me. They let Will Smith go up and slap Chris Rock,
Yeah.
and
Right.
then let him continue to sit there
and accept an award.
where right and stood for him and applauded for him. Had I done that, I would be
In jail.
right
Oh,
away.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so I have never forgotten that. How could you do that?
Yeah, everybody just kind of panic fired and freaked
Yeah,
out
if it
that
was
night.
a random person in the audience,
Oh,
like
they'd be hogtied.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a problem. I had an issue, and I'll never forget it. Not that they give a crap.
Yeah.
but-
They're shaking in their boots.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate Hollywood. I really do. I hate the snobbiness, the
And I'm
pretentious.
not an award
I hate award
show
shows.
fan.
Yeah, I'm not an award show fan, but I'm not for just canceling everything. I mean, at some point, stuff has to come back, and I realize, yes, it was last week,
Right.
Yeah.
But by the time the Oscars roll around, it won't be last week.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
know what? People need to work.
Yeah,
they
there's-
don't want their jobs
True.
canceled.
There's a
Also
lot of
true.
people in the industry behind the scenes who rely on
Yeah.
award
Yeah.
show season.
Yeah.
Hair, makeup, all this other drivers,
Catering.
anyone, helping
Yep.
the show run. They need to work.
And by the way, as far as these award shows are concerned, for the consumer, keep in mind the host is key for us. Those of us that don't give a lot of crap about who wins what, but the host, the funny jokes, Jimmy Kimmel was fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought he did a great job at the thing. Make sure you bring in a good host that's going to push the envelope a little bit with the humor. When that year you brought in Snow White and what's his name? The actor.
Snow White.
Yeah.
Oh, Anne Hathaway and James Franco.
It was just
that was tough stuff.
Stop. See, that's an example of what not to do.
Right.
Kimmel was pretty good. So make
And
sure the host.
I think it's Conan O'Brien.
Oh, is he the host this year?
I'm looking.
I can do
That's
Conan.
cool.
Yeah.
But he
Conan's
won't
good.
push the envelope.
No.
True.
And by the way,
put Ricky Gervais up there.
Oh,
I
God.
know.
Everybody
Put 'em on
will leave.
everything.
Yeah.
Oscars are set to air on March 2nd.
I've had a ear infection, by the way, for weeks.
Go to the doctor.
I have. I'm on my second round of antibiotics, and it won't go away.
Oh,
An
that's
ear
the worst.
infection?
Yeah, my right ear.
It's like you're a
Yeah.
child.
And I have.
Huh? Can you hear
I
out of it?
can hear out of it. I just went back for another round because they're like, oh, we'll put you on some more antibiotics and see if we can knock it out with this. Maybe we didn't get it all the first time.
Well, you're doing it wrong. You
Yeah.
put the antibiotics in your butt.
Right.
Well, that's the best way for it to absorb.
That's the fastest for sure.
Yeah.
Butt chug it.
It's the Woody Show.
Well, right before the break, I was telling you there's a headline that caught my attention. The headline said, inmate caught with massive load inside his rectum. Which is fantastic. Turns out this guy in Georgia caught with multiple items in his butt. He's an inmate. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Vape canisters, syringes, vape cartridge, 3 batteries, cigarette lighter, weed. And it was just all in there.
Wow.
And then it reminded me, I did have this report. I love these reports. We did one about what people stuck in their penis last year.
And that was the first time I ever heard that list. I didn't know
Really?
that was an annual list.
Every year.
I knew the butt one.
That and how much the 12 days of Christmas would cost you this year with inflation.
But I didn't know the pee hole one.
And how much stay-at-home
Yeah.
moms would get paid if
Yeah,
they did
yeah.
all the jobs. It's
Right.
the same things they report. Yeah.
Oh wait, I do have a quick question though.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's say you're going to jail. You have to go, but you could hide things in your butt.
Yeah.
What would you bring into jail?
Cell phone.
Vape.
Vape?
Yeah.
He's got to have his nicotine.
I think you'll have enough things in your mouth in prison.
I think
you
I'll
see
go
how
cell
small
phone,
it
but-
is? I could fit that.
But you
Yeah.
gotta
Just
bring the
relax.
charger too.
Yeah.
Don't forget the charger.
Man.
You gotta do that.
You're talking about in your butt,
Yeah.
a phone, a charger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they do
You
have
gotta
some
think-
phones. Menace found the ones that they were
Micro
doing.
mini.
Yeah, that's the ones that they sneak into jail.
They're
just-
super tiny.
they're-
I mean, they're mega tiny.
Yeah, they're the size of your
You
pinky.
You could do it,
Mark.
Mark. Yeah.
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 You got it.
You know, I clearly am deft on this area, but how much stuff can one put in one's butt?
Apparently, quite a lot.
Again, this is from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. They compile data from all the emergency rooms and they share it with the world every year. And so last year, these are the things that medical professionals listed that they pulled out of the rectums of patients.
My main question is, how do you get it out?
Well,
Bear down.
Well,
and Gina had showed me a video or this doctor,
Yeah.
and people always say, well, it accidentally got... No.
No.
Like, things don't accidentally get
No.
stuck in your ass.
Not
you put
one
them there.
time.
Like
exactly.
a bottle.
If you just joined us on the Woody Show, we're talking about things in people's butts.
Yeah, so what
Yeah.
people put in their ass last year, according to emergency room data, this one says, patient says he and his wife got, quote, carried away and a portion of a plastic screwdriver handle got lodged in his rectum.
Oh boy.
They got a xylophone mallet out of there,
Oh.
Stop.
a 12-inch ratchet extender,
A bass drum.
quote, patient doesn't know why.
Yeah.
Right.
1 in a million chance, Doc.
Sure.
I love that. I don't know how it got in there.
Yeah, he slipped and fell.
Fell.
Man, this is girthy cooking spray. I'm thinking like Pam.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good size canister.
Patient states she believes she has a vibrator in either her rectum or her vagina. She's not sure.
Just can't remember.
Shampoo bottle, lotion bottle, can of deodorant,
Oh,
Jeez.
boy.
broomstick, 18-inch dildo is on the list.
18.
Shoved a bag of 20 pills into his rectum for, quote, street cred.
For streak?
So
All
other
right.
people watched him do it.
I know, right?
Well,
How
he's
does that give you
muling.
cred?
Well, because he was muling.
For
Oh,
somebody,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 AAA batteries, 2 AA batteries. Ooh, a D battery.
I could do a.
I mean,
Like
A triple A.
an A.
Oh.
but what do you even need to do that for?
I kind of understand this one because I've considered it. Tried to, quote, remove poop with a pen a few days ago and lost pen and rectum. Have you ever tried to, like, be pushing, like, a real dry one out of there? And it feels like the couch is too big for the door.
Yeah, and you got to chip away.
Right. And so, and like what Seabass was talking about, like, he was considering cutting the couch
Yeah,
to get it
right,
out.
to get it out of the door.
Yeah, to get it through the elevator or whatever. I thought like a ketchup bottle where it's just not coming out, the old school ones, and
Right.
you put the knife in there.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, man, you just got to get it going. Could I or should I
Break it up.
maybe use a finger or something to? And I never end up going that way.
Yeah.
That's why you have enemas.
Right. Or
Like
like
flush it out.
Miralax.
That's not doing me a favor in
Metamucil.
the moment because I'd have to go out and get the enema.
Can
All
I
right.
be
Goodbye
honest?
one.
I don't even know how enemas even work.
But you
Like,
just
you
squirt
shoot it
water.
up there.
Blasting water in there.
Yeah, well, you know what a douche looks like, right?
Kind
Why would he?
It's like a big like a water bottle, like people like the
Like a
athletes
turkey
have,
Okay,
monster,
so-
right?
and it has a big nozzle on the top, and you put that in your ass, and you squeeze it.
I know a morning show guy who used to have like this enema contraption in his shower, and he would talk about it on the air all the time.
think I've
Remember?
seen those.
Remember that guy Human or something?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he would talk about it on the air all the time.
Really?
Like, but is it like a water pick, and you just like you keep on shooting water
No,
at it?
like most of the time, it's like a not a bladder, but like a
Yeah.
water bottle, like you just for like athletes have, you know, like
okay.
a sport bottle.
Isn't
Yeah.
it like
sport
a,
bottle.
it's like a
But yeah,
bulb
but the water is shooting.
Yeah,
at,
you squeeze the
Yeah.
bottle and it shoots all this stuff up your
Into you.
beehole.
You're like fracking.
yeah,
Okay.
and then you push it all out and it cleans your ass out,
huh?
I
like before a date.
Still not getting, but
You gotta
You're
do.
not getting. Look it
gotta
up.
do one, Menace.
Yeah, I do one. Try it
Oh,
out.
let's do it
do it,
together.
do it with coffee.
Greg, help me.
Yeah, they do
Coffee
those.
enema.
2 plastic bottles and a shot glass. Tail of toy dinosaur. Again, this is from a list. They compiled the data from emergency room doctors, what they pulled out of people's asses last year. Patient states he tripped in the shower, fell backward, and landed on a shampoo bottle, which became
Yes.
lodged in his
Yes.
anus.
Not once, not one time.
Cigarette lighter. Oh, patient states he slipped and fell in the bathtub, landing on a shark toy.
Yep, yep.
Sure.
Happens.
Took vibrator out of anus and noticed the battery had come out.
Oh no.
At least that person's honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Light bulb broken.
Oh, hell no.
Metal toilet paper holder, motorized tire pump inserted into her rectum, and was insufflated.
Like go on.
Yeah, for a duration of approximately 5 minutes.
Boo.
I'm not familiar with that word. Insufflated.
I don't know it.
Marbles, darts, plastic lemon, and fake banana, and then one more thing on here: Jello mold.
I have something to share.
Jello mold.
And the insufflated it was blowing.
Oh, God.
Okay. So okay, got it.
This is what happens when Woody and I go to lunch or dinner. He brings up a topic and I add to it. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you, that I have something to add to this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of things in people's butts, there's a guy, this is Vietnam. He, like you do, he took a live eel and stuck it into his ass.
Oh.
Oh God.
Okay, so he winds up in the emergency room.
Sure.
And at that point, they're trying to grab it. They can't. And the eel realizes it needs to move.
Oh, no.
And so he begins eating through the man's intestines.
You know what? Good. He deserves it. It's just doing what an eel
Hey, man,
does.
we all
you
got to
know?
eat, you know.
And here's
Eel's
my
got an eel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
here's my favorite 2 parts of the story. The man and the eel survived.
Oh, good.
Poor eel.
And
Now they're friends.
then the kicker. The hospital staff said this is a common occurrence for us.
Wow.
Stop it
In Vietnam,
immediately.
putting live crap in your butt. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Okay, terrific.
All right. Well, Mark Thompson is here, and that's the list of things that people got lodged in their buttholes.
Everybody
That was
last year.
horrific.
Anybody want sushi later?
We're gonna take a break. More Woody shows next. Mark Thompson is here. Mark Thompson, formerly of Mark and Brian.
I
on,
got to tell you, Woody,
KLOS.
I know we can't do it. I'm not ready to do it because I'm still pissed. I have bones to pick with people in this room.
Oh yeah,
no.
we will do that. Trust me. That's
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah.
Pick some bones.
Yeah, we're gonna be picking up.
Sweating.
Speaking of pick, I asked Mark, and I was expecting something way older than this. I said, "Hey, give me like one of your favorite songs. Like we'll play it." He goes, "Wow, I'm not really." I said, "It could be anything. This show will play anything, and he picked Collective Soul December.
I
It is a
love
great song. I wouldn't have guessed in a million years this is where you go.
Oh, Mark, you're a pig from the South. I'm surprised you like something good. Look, Collective Soul, check this out.
It's a judge in Chicago who has now been reassigned, and it reminds me of the type of reassigning that like the church will do if somebody gets busted within their
Oh, yeah, moving
their
around.
ego, so they just kind of move them around or whatever. They're not fired. They're
Right.
not like. But we'll see what happens with this one. This is what happened. So this judge, she was reassigned after she sent another judge an image of a fake toy, and I have seen this come up on social media before. It's called My First Ankle Monitor.
Oh.
It looks like a Fisher-Price My First
Right.
whatever. It's a My First Ankle Monitor. It includes a picture of a black toddler wearing an electronic monitoring bracelet. That said, not everyone is happy that she got reassigned because she, I guess, was the second most lenient of the pretrial division's 9 judges considering detention petitions and stuff. So she was pretty lenient on people, but she saw this and she forwarded it to somebody else, and then it ended up getting out there.
Not very smart.
Nah, I mean, not the best move, but she has been reassigned. I don't know what she's been reassigned to.
Yeah, different cases, different jurisdiction.
I don't know.
Yeah, you see, I couldn't hold a job like that because
No.
I'm a bit of a pig, and everything I would do would get me in trouble. So it's
know.
best I just sit over here.
I say that all the time. Like, this is the only thing I'm really qualified for. Like, I'm not qualified for any job where I have to take the customer all that seriously. You know, like the customer's always right kind of place, or, oh, yes, sir, thank you for coming in. Like, I can, I appreciate our listeners and things like that. But if you're being a dick, I can just hang up on you.
Yeah.
You look, what you said is absolutely true. I was in radio and I learned, wait a minute. You pay a lot of money for someone to be a pig on the air? I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's go. Strap it up.
I'm qualified for that. I love dark humor. In fact, somebody, you guys always get on me because, oh man, that's so dark. Your dark humor. Someone said people who enjoy dark humor are smarter and more emotionally stable, a study finds.
I like that.
That is me. That is 100% right.
Yeah.
What study?
Yeah, who did this study exactly?
Yeah, well, look, I'll send you the article. Don't be
They
jealous.
did it.
Don't be jealous just because you like dorky stuff.
Thank you. And as Mark Thompson always said, it was written in black words on white paper.
That's
It's
right.
Obviously
It's
true.
official. It was an official study.
Yep.
Don't be jealous of me, man.
If we were judges, everybody gets sentenced to death.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
Like
True.
graffiti, death. Littering, death.
I have to tell you, hi, this is Mark Thompson,
Mark
formerly
Thompson.
of the Mark and
That's
Brian
true,
program.
yes.
I'm sitting here, and you wouldn't know this, but I'm watching Woody do this wizardry that he does over there. The only job I have here is to turn my headphones up and then down, and I'm having trouble with it.
Yeah, he can't quite get it.
No, it's not
Sammy
coming
has
easy.
trouble with
Yeah.
that, too.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're
When in doubt, let's hit on Sammy.
you're not on TikTok.
It's not wizardry. I think people just don't realize they listen and they don't realize like how many plates are spinning at once, like how many different things are going all
It's
at the same
crazy.
time.
I'm nauseous.
Even when we go to a commercial break or like right now we're about to play a song, there is stuff that's happening during the commercial breaks and during the songs that we have to do or we have to record or for a number of different things. It could be for a sponsor. It could be for another one of our radio stations. It could be for a number of things.
Well, I've been
But
watching
it's,
it, and I'm dizzy.
Yeah, and every moment that he watches, he's like, thank God I'm retired.
Yeah.
He was 50% of the Mark and Brian radio show for many, many years, 27 years, just in Los Angeles to be exact.
Yeah.
And then you guys were together even before L.A., obviously.
2 years in Birmingham, then came to L.A.
So 30 plus years.
Yeah, never
30 plus
expected to stay that long.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's awesome, man. That's quite a career.
the
Stay in a
dream.
market like that for that long and then be in the Radio Hall of Fame.
Yep.
It turned out pretty okay.
For a pig like me to have
That's
done this
right.
well, I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Well, Mark Thompson is here. Now, I just became friends with Mark in the past, year and a half? Mm-hmm. About a year and a half or so. And then, and it's weird how things work, dude. Like, my son comes home from hockey practice.
Yeah.
And it turns out that Mark's son-in-law is my son's hocky coach.
Small world. man.
Weird.
Because the hockey coach goes up to my son and goes, "Hey, is your dad Woody?" And my son's like, yeah. And my father-in-law is friends with your dad. And I'm like, oh, so we're trying to figure it out. And then just as he's telling me this, Mark texts me and goes, hey, I just found out that my son-in-law is your son's hockey coach. I'm like, that's what that is.
Now, listen.
I'm saying it's just weird how paths cross. Like you worked with Gina for a while. You worked with Sammy when her first job in radio, being a phone screener for the Mark and Brian show. So it's just weird how everybody's paths. It's a small world, small business.
You know, I have to tell you, it is uniquely interesting in that Bradley, my son-in-law, his sister, Nikki, she listens to this program. Now, she knows who I am. She knows I was once with a radio show. Mark and Brian, I don't think she knows who that is. She's younger.
Yeah.
Once she found out, which, by the way, she just doesn't care for me. Never has, never will. And that's the absolute truth. Once she found out that you and I were buddies and had lunch together, all of a sudden I hung the frickin' moon.
Oh, yeah, you're cool now.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Screw her.
Yeah, well, thank you for listening. And tell her thank you for listening.
Yeah.
So Mark was mentioning that he actually, despite all the stuff, the nice things that we're saying about him and promoting his podcast, which is called What You Do, and his book called Don't Bump the Record Kid, which you can buy online, he has some bones to pick, he says, with people on this show.
Yeah, I was trying to bone up, coming in, do my homework and find out exactly who's what. Yeah.
Like a professional.
And, of course, now Gina Grad I worked with, met her during the Mark in the Morning stint and really have great respect for her. But it doesn't stop her from saying stupid crap on the air. The other day, I'm listening to the podcast so I can.
Here we go.
She starts talking about, you were talking about sex. And Gina made the comment, there's a lot of different conversations that are happening at one time. And she made the comment, guys, be honest. Who doesn't find it manly to watch two dudes do each other?
Did I say that?
You did.
You did.
In fact, you had to come back on the air and try to defend it, which you sucked at that.
Well, it's funny because I don't remember saying that, but I do believe it.
Yeah, no. Well, Gina,
But a lot of people chimed in and answered many questions instead of just lazily piling on, and I do appreciate that.
No, and I need to tell you flat out, I've never had a desire ever to watch a man do another man and find it hot. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
What about a woman and a woman?
Kinda, but I'd rather see a guy and a gal
because
appreciating.
That's realistic. You know what I mean? Like the lesbian thing doesn't do anything for me either. Same way strip clubs don't, because there's nothing there for me.
Right.
Because they don't want you there.
Strip club's one thing. I can see naked people online, but they don't want nothing to do with me personally. And the same thing with lesbians. They want nothing to do with me.
That's
so
true.
it doesn't do it as much for me.
And
like some guys
you're
are
not a voyeur.
Right. But I also don't want to see two dudes doing it either, because I'm not attracted to that.
Not your thing.
That would do absolutely nothing for me either.
Yeah, just posing the question.
I also wanted to say that while I was listening, it was on the podcast, and you said that, and I was reeling from that comment. Like, no, I don't want to hear that. Then all of a sudden, so I spaced out. The podcast continued to go. By the time my conscience came back in the conversation, Woody was bringing up Gorilla Tape. Now, I don't know if those two went together.
They can. They certainly could.
Yeah.
And
cheap bondage.
And you also said, I think in the same show,
maybe
you said, and I quote, "Let's be honest, we've all had nose jobs." Have you seen this honker? Ain't nothing shaved this away.
Yeah, I was talking specifically about my people.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
They chose
What do you mean
they
your
chose
people?
no jobs.
You know,
Jews?
members of the tribe.
Oh, okay.
Because we were talking about who can be buried in what cemetery.
Oh,
and
that's
if we
right.
Can do it.
Okay.
I'm like, so many
Got
of
it.
us have, done the plasty that I think it's okay.
Well, the Gorilla Tape thing was Greg's the only person that we know who says that Gorilla Tape doesn't work.
Yeah, it sucks.
And
Terrible
it sucks,
product.
and it's not sticky.
Terrible
Oh,
product.
I guess I'm getting the wrong Gorilla Tape.
Me
'cause
too.
I can't get that off my fingers.
Me neither.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to go to the magical Gorilla Tape store.
Yeah. Because like we weren't getting, and that's the thing with
Right.
Gina. Like Gina, I still believe that she, in her mind, thinks she hears something else in her own mind. Everybody else
That's
heard
possible.
something else.
I did dig my heels in just for fun,
did.
but I appreciate the answers because I ended up getting a lot of very well thought out answers.
Yeah. All right.
Eventually.
Do you understand that when you say things in
Yeah.
this, people hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I heard that day.
Yeah.
Right.
I did.
All right. What are the bones?
Well, Sammy, I got to this. You said something and it scarred me.
Okay.
Only it's not a bad thing. Not like Gina opening her mouth and saying that kind of pig crap.
Men got so upset, and this is an example.
No,
I mean,
frustrated.
I'll never forget it.
Not upset, frustrated
Mark does
because you
seem
weren't
upset.
I
it was
just
frustrated.
don't want to see, look, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want to see a guy do a guy.
Understood.
There's nothing. No, I don't think you do
Okay.
understand. You said it on the air. It went into the mic, and
But
people heard
unlike many people in this room, I am very capable of changing my mind and being persuaded and hearing the arguments, and I get it.
All right. Now, there's one other thing that Sammy brought this up, and I was affected
Scarred.
by it
Okay.
because when I was growing up, we were taught to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the table. Here, Sammy was talking about whenever she gets a hotel room, that she gets one with 2 double beds,
Yeah.
one to sleep in, one to eat in.
Right.
Yeah.
I have never in my entire life ever eaten food in a bed.
What?
That's
No.
crazy.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
No, it is not
You're
crazy.
the weird one in this scenario.
Linda's
No, I'm
never brought
not.
you breakfast in bed?
Listen,
Mark, have you
Be-
ever smoked marijuana?
tons of it, dude. Oh God, no,
Because
absolutely.
It happens.
No, listen, beds. I guess it was because I was raised this way. Beds, shocking, are for sleeping.
Right.
What is it you get out of sitting in a bed and eating food?
What's more luxurious than that, than being able to be in a hotel room, eat on a bed, make it dirty, not have to clean it up, not have it be your problem, and go sleep in a clean bed?
Yeah,
No,
there's
see-
Right next to it.
Okay.
There's
Luxury.
places
dirty-
named
wait,
after it
how
called
dirty
breakfast
are
in
you
bed.
getting eating?
All right,
How
now,
do you
all right,
eat?
I have to ask this question. I need an honest answer. When you're not on the road with 2 beds in a hotel room, at your house, do you eat food in the bed that you sleep in?
No.
Okay. I can
See,
live
because
with
Rest your
that's
case.
why, because I wouldn't want to sleep in the bed.
Yeah.
That's why I like getting the 2 beds, because I want to be able to eat in bed, but I won't really do
I
it.
do.
Like I understand, like the one bed is a bed that can be trashed. So it's either like most people they'll say, "Oh, this is the sex bed. This
Yeah.
is the sleeping
Right.
bed."
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the clothing bed. Or
For
Yeah,
sure.
or this is where I'm going to put all my suitcases and
Yeah.
crap, and then the other
Yeah.
one I'll sleep in.
So
I've
are
never
you-
heard one that just designates just for food.
Are you guys saying that eating in bed is a younger person thing?
No, I think I don't. I've never been the fan of the breakfast in bed thing. That it's more awkward. You got those dumb trays. Things are gonna. It's not a comfortable experience.
really
Yeah,
not.
you're afraid it's going to spill.
Look, everybody's house is different. My house was eating is at the table. You don't
Yes.
eat in bed. You don't eat on the couch. You don't eat outside. You don't put it in your butt.
Hey.
Which I only did it once. It's not
Yeah.
a big thing.
Hey, Greg's house, you're not allowed to even sit on the couches.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
couches you can't sit on.
No, I wait. You can't sit on the
No,
couch?
it's
In his
for
own
looking
house.
at. And
He
I have
says
a
couches
and
are
I
for
have a-
looking at.
It's
and
like
I
a
have a
showroom.
sink
Oh.
that you can't use
dude,
to wash your
okay.
hands in.
Okay, then the quick story. My mother bought a couch, gold velvet. Why would you buy that? But she did, and she loved it. And there was a lot of pressure of me sitting on it because I was filthy. And so I really wasn't allowed in the living room.
Yeah.
One day I was doing a school project, not on the couch, and she didn't cover it with plastic. I was trying to get a magic marker to work, and it wouldn't. And so I'm shaking it like this. It
Yeah.
exploded
Flicked
onto
off.
the
Oh,
couch.
no.
Dude, now my mother loved me and I loved her, but
Yeah.
she almost, for a short period, almost disowned.
I was going to say, I would take you to the fire station
Safe surrender.
and say,
Yeah.
here you go.
But listen, a lot of people don't like it. Those of you with nice furniture and you
Yeah.
cover it in plastic, that is a great look. Keep doing that. Everybody loves that look.
Yeah. So you worked with Gina. You worked with Sammy. If you had to hire them again, would you?
Oh, well, we're going to be honest. Gina Grad is honestly one of the most talented, funniest, hardest working. She came, well, it's true. She was raised in radio. And absolutely, I would never hire her because she's funnier than me. She's more talented than me. She knows more than me. So no to that. Sammy, God love her. She works hard. She comes from a good family, not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I,
Oh, babe.
listen, wait. I say that. I arrived here this morning. I was lost in the parking garage. I had to call Sammy. She came and found me and brought me here. She's gotten me coffee and helped me turn my headphones up and down, and I'm making fun of her.
Yeah, true.
All right. Well, I know it's all said with love because he loves both these people very much.
Love you, Mark.
Look, I have to tell you, being able to come in here and sit in a broadcast studio and be in around professionals, I didn't realize how much.
Where?
Yeah, where are those people?
No, I didn't realize how much I've missed it. But this kind of a room, it's the same with an actor who gets on the stage, the boards of a theater, being in this room and being around you people that do this for a living. It is such a blast for me. Thank you for the invitation.
I appreciate you being here, man. Mark Thompson is here, formerly of Mark and Brian.
Oh, he's too big for this room.
Who's that?
No, there was a bad joke that Sammy didn't laugh at either. So.
Okay.
I got you.
All right, so Mark Thompson from the Mark and Brian Show, legendary morning radio program here in Los Angeles on KLOS for 27 years, is our in-studio guest this morning.
I have a small bone to pick with a word, and I've heard people mispronounce this, and I don't know why it's in my kitchen, but it is because I think, why can't you say it? The word is statistics or statistically. I hear television broadcasters, professionals, they put too many S's, and they'll go statistically.
Oh,
That's no good.
Okay.
Yeah, statistic.
Everybody got that?
Yeah,
Got it.
statistically. It just bugs.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you feel like daylight savings time?
I need the S. Give me the
Valentine's Day?
Oh, God, see now.
Or your
Yeah.
driver license.
Yeah, I can't. Come on, people, please.
Do you wait in line or online?
Online.
Like when you go to the store, you're waiting online for the next cashier, or you're waiting in line?
I'm in line. In line.
In line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm online,
I
that's
hear
a
people say
computer.
online. I hate when people say shut the light.
Oh, I don't like that either.
I've not heard that.
Or cut the light.
Yeah.
Cut the light.
Yeah.
I think that's a Southern thing.
I've
How
heard
about
shut the light.
No, it isn't. Turn the light off.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
I've heard newscasters pluralize the word incident by saying incidences.
Ugh.
I hear that a lot.
So
Yeah.
what
Hear any
I mean, I'm done. What is it?
Incidents.
Incidents.
It-
Oh,
actually,
yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
incident
They mean-
is an incident.
Right.
You know
and
what
they,
they're saying.
They mean instances,
Oh,
but they say
yeah.
incidences.
Incidences.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain
Bunch of
words
jerks.
that stick
Yeah.
with certain people, and statistically or statistics is that word.
A couple things. We'll call it housekeeping. Gina, it was on back order. It took forever to get here. I know you won back in November the Employee of the Month.
Oh, yeah.
And so I finally got your goddamn plaque.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you. Oh, I shall treasure it.
And it came at the same time as Bort's Employee of the Year plaque.
Perfect. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I gave you your
Gina.
69
Thank
bucks,
you.
right?
Sure.
Did I?
I don't know.
I'll have to look
You've
back.
done enough.
No, I'll
you
look back.
hired me. It's fine. We're even.
I looked back. I will look back.
Oh, okay.
We were talking, football, big exciting weekend. But that's not the only thing happening this weekend.
Yeah, UFC 311 and myself and Morgan, we went to the press conference yesterday, and it was so much fun because the press conference was actually open to the public. So a lot of fans there, and they were just going crazy. And I think, Morgan, you can agree, like Dana White was like blown away by the energy of the crowd.
Oh, yeah. He had a smile on the whole time. But the crowd was crazy. I've never felt that energy. And it wasn't even a full stadium yet.
Even all the other UFC stuff that you've been to, you never.
Not the
I thought people just went crazy all the time, no matter what was going on.
They're pretty calm, like at the Apex and stuff. But man, it's hard to describe. Menace is right. The energy was just pretty wild.
I think also there's a Armenian fighter, and there's a large Armenian population around the Intuit Dome, and they showed up and showed out, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and he's fighting for the belt, so it's kind of a.
So is that the one
huge
you're
thing.
most interested? Is there like, is that the big fight? I got to claim ignorance. I don't know a ton.
Right. Well, that is the biggest fight of the night is Islam
Yeah.
and Armin, and then Marab and Umar as well. They're
His
fighting
name
for the
is
belt.
Islam.
Islam.
Yeah.
Makachev. Yeah.
Wow, that could be confusing for people. Like you're fighting Islam.
Yeah. It's
You're right.
kind of funny, but that's the guy that's fighting the Armenian guy, Armin. I mean, the card is stacked. People probably hearing everyone say that, but it really is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's so many.
And so many Woody Show listeners there. It
Yes.
was awesome.
Awesome.
So it's going to be fun.
Yeah. You watch UFC at all, Mark?
I do not. I'm a boxer guy, but it hadn't
Yeah.
been very good of late, so I don't do
Yeah.
UFC. Although I respect, but God, they beat the crap out
Oh,
of
yeah.
Oh, yeah, they
It's a
do.
tough
Oh,
watch.
dude.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
hard
And,
to watch.
and Morgan's going to train to fight.
Morgan
Yes.
loves it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Good. I mean, good
I'm
Lord.
excited.
Watching UFC reminds me of being married. It's just too
Oh.
Too brutal.
Noted.
Too much punishment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.